Greta Thunberg and Dave Chappelle team up, parachute into Afghanistan, and overthrow the Taliban. Yes?
Why not? Well, the problem is that I don't even think we need Greta Thunberg because Dave Chappelle is apparently so dangerous that maybe we can just send the Taliban copies of his new special and they'll just implode immediately. They'll die because the jokes are so dangerous and so harmful. I mean, it's incredibly, like, people are hurt, okay? People are hurting.
I haven't seen it.
So I'm just saying, let's take that danger, those weapons, and redirect them, make Netflix a war company. Like, what is it, Blackwater? I forgot what it's called. Whatever, those like war companies. You're not allowed to say them. Probably we're gonna get pulled off of YouTube. Like,
they change their name every.
I bet, yeah.
After every war crime they commit, they just change their name and then they do it. They call it something else. That's really what they do. I mean, they really do.
Talk about rebranding. So that's what I'm saying. Just Dave Chappelle, comedian, maybe not. War missile.
So I think that they're actually, if I'm not mistaken, I could be mistaken, and I don't care if I am anymore. It turns out that by a stroke of luck, that I think it's the turn of Afghanistan to be on the Women's Rights Council in the UN, if I'm not mistaken. And that just happened, not to be fair, like that was plotted out, I guess, before the Taliban took over the country again. So it wasn't like that was done on purpose. But, you know, I just think there's a lot of opportunity here to bring this all together. I don't have the solutions entirely. Again, once I am the head of the Harm Reduction Bureau, I'll be able to do more intent work on this.
Well, I mean, you'll be working at the Harm Reduction Bureau, but we're going to put Greta Thunberg in charge of that too, right? I mean, it's only right.
Well, she's inspirational, at least a figurehead, and probably a statue or two.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
Out front
or 5.
I really, look, I'm talking about stuff. I don't really know Greta Thunberg. I haven't watched the latest Dave. It would be really unfortunate if I hadn't watched the latest Dave Chappelle thing and he had suddenly actually become like an ardent.
He just went on Netflix and was like, I'm going to kill everyone. Right. That's the joke.
He's like, I am in the Taliban. I'm Dave Chappelle and I joined the Taliban. And then like, we're all sitting here being like, oh, that's just the woke people yelling. And it's like, no, really, he is. Like, he just told us all. And I wouldn't believe it at that point. I would just be like, that's the danger of saying that there's, a lot of danger in places where there isn't.
Yeah.
Someday Dave Chappelle might join the Taliban and announce it on a Netflix special and I won't know.
Exactly. We'll just make fun of it on the Silver Eye podcast and we'll shame ourselves. We'll have to ally with the Taliban at that point. Never! Anyway, we'll just make jokes and destroy them with the danger of jokes. Anyway,
well, I'm pretty sure they don't like jokes there.
Well, there you go.
Maybe they do.
I mean, that's the point, right?
I even would suggest that perhaps they may persecute. It's weird.
They did kill a comedian already.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's a little weird, isn't it?
It is a little weird.
It's a little weird, isn't it? How the Taliban, the ultra conservative extremists are permanently canceling comedians in Afghanistan, and yet we seem to have this same. I don't want to say at the same extent. Truly, it's not the same extent.
We're just not as good at it as they are. When they cancel, they fucking cancel, man. Like, that's the problem, is we half-ass everything in the United States. Oh, don't let them do a job. Well, just let's get on with it then. Like, if you really want to fucking cancel something, we got some tips for you from the Taliban. They are the most effective yet at canceling offensive comedy.
Which, if you think about it, it's not something that, if you understand history at all, religious extremists are quite good at canceling comedy. They don't like it very much.
Yeah.
So draw your own conclusions.
Political extremists too, like dictatorships.
Sure.
That's the whole point. Sure. That was, when we went into that in the first part of this episode, which is that comedy is dangerous. They're right. People that protest comedy and whatever because, oh, it hurts. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, they're right. It is dangerous. It's just not dangerous in that way. It is dangerous for systems that are arbitrary, for power that is cruel and tyrannical, and it's dangerous for undermining things that are a facade of authority. So if you're trying to hide something, yeah, comedy is dangerous. If you're trying to maintain power that you don't really deserve, comedy is dangerous.